Hey everybody, Marcus Graves back again with another segment of Talking Film. This time we're going to be talking about Solo, a Star Wars story's lackluster box office opening, and if that has anything to do with Star Wars fatigue. I think people are a little too quick to go towards fatigue of anything. They thought it would happen with the Marvel movies. According to Avengers Infinity War, which was the 20-something in a 10-year span of movies, was the quickest to $1 billion. Don't think any fatigue set in there. With Star Wars, the franchise has just got its legs back under it, really. Because remember, it revived in 2015. It's only 2018. I know we've had 4 movies in 3 years, as opposed to Marvel, who was doing pretty consistently 2 movies a year, and then just started recently every, I guess in the last couple years, 3 years, 3 movies a year. So I think Star Wars is fine with that. I think what really happens is it's not fatigue, it's just people are interested in certain stories more than others. I mean, if you go, yes, more people are going to go see Avengers Infinity War than they are going to see Ant-Man back in 2015. Because most people were already put off by the title. Ant-Man, which was a fun, movie, most people were just put off by the title. I have a hard enough time getting my mom, who enjoys some of the Marvel films, to see Ant-Man. Well, she saw it, but to either revisit it or maybe go see Ant-Man and the Wasp or anything like that, because it's like, no, it's Ant-Man, no. So some people just aren't interested in certain storylines. When it comes to fatigue as well, it's like what people call fatigue is maybe some ill will. The Last Jedi was a divisive film. So with that, I think there are some people that were trepidatious going into Solo. The trailers didn't help. The first trailer that came out after the Super Bowl was fine. The second trailer that came out was had a little bit more in terms of like a little bit more of a original trilogy vibe going with it. But even then, I, as a huge Star Wars fan, was still like, I do want to see it. I'm going to see it. Am I going to see it in theaters? That's the question. I don't know. A lot of people want to say that they're like, well, nobody was asking for a Solo film. Nobody ever asks for any film. I mean, after a film comes out, you demand it. But nobody was ever asking for a Star Wars film in 1977 because Star Wars didn't exist. And you may say, well, duh, Marcus, but here's the thing. Nobody was calling for sci-fi films during 77, during that era. Ridley Scott's Alien, I'm not going to say only happened, but a big catalyst for it happening was Star Wars, because they're like, oh, people are interested in sci-fi films? Hey, Ridley, you're good to go. So nobody asked for a swashbuckling, adventurous sci-fi film until they got it. So, they never asked for anything is an argument that holds very little foundation, I'll say. Now, that being said, even though I love the character of Han Solo, I'm not looking for a prequel story specifically in his younger years of Han Solo or of Yoda. You know what I would love to see? Because, I don't know. I guess I'll say this and people will say they feel the same way. They were clamoring for a Yoda and Boba Fett film. As much as I'm clamoring for this one, they couldn't stand to see my film. I want a Cad Bane film. I want a film about Cad Bane. Dude, I would freaking love that film. Because, first of all, he was freaking awesome in the Clone Wars. And even though we saw his exploits in the Clone Wars, I want to see more of them. He didn't die in Clone Wars. So what happened after the Empire took over? You know, what was he doing during the dark times? You know, what was, all that stuff. And you may say, oh, I want to know what Boba Fett was doing. Really don't want to know what Boba Fett is doing. I never cared about Boba Fett. Never. Jango Fett is cooler than Boba Fett. You want to know why? Because Jango is the original. Boba is only a clone of Jango. And we never saw him do anything in the original trilogy. Anything. At all. Put Captain Solo in a cargo hold. That's pretty much as good as it gets. Oh, I'm sorry. And on the sand skiff. Boba Fett, where? And then he gets swallowed by the Sarlacc. Come on. So look, I don't mean to diss Boba Fett. It's just like I ain't really looking forward to it, okay? Even though I know that they just announced that one was coming out. That a Boba Fett solo film was coming out. Now, here's a different story though. If you say that there's a bounty hunter film that Boba Fett is involved with, that would be great, because then it's not revolving around him. He's a part of it in an ensemble group, which could also include Cad Bane. But even if it doesn't include Cad Bane, it could be Aurra Sing, which he worked with in his younger years during the Clone Wars, as shown in the Clone Wars. He could be working, with all of these cats. So, if it was a bounty hunter film, that would be a cool thing. But I digress. I'm kind of getting a little off track. Just going over some of the arguments I see people online saying about why Solo has come in so low. Pun not intended on that one, but it's an amalgam of things. Yes, you have the element of The Last Jedi. You have the element of the backstage turmoil. You have the or behind the scenes turmoil. Excuse me. You have the element of the fine to pretty decent trailers, which formed a stew of wait for DVD. So is it fatigue? No. It is weariness with the product in the last 6 months. So usually when people speak about fatigue, it's as if they're tired of it. It's never going to go anywhere past that. Please, let them announce that KOTOR is being made into a film. Oh, you best believe people, and you best believe my ass, will be there for a KOTOR film. Oh my gosh. To see Revan and Malak and Bastila and Karth and all that. Oh, dude, I mean, and they probably, if there was a KOTOR film, they may not necessarily go with the KOTOR storyline in the game, but if they did, or even just put it in that time period, hell to the yes. So we'd be there. So it's not fatigue as in, Star Wars is tired, we're done with it, let it go. It's just, I think people are a little bit gun shy with the product in the last 6 months is more likely what it is. Don't worry, man. Once episode 9 comes out and the trailers are like killing it, and if the trailers are killing it, I should say, trust me, we'll be there. I think it's just an interesting time in the Star Wars franchise right now. Marvel had to find their footing too. This is a new ship steering the boat. What? This is a new crew steering the ship. Jeez. This is a new crew steering the ship. They gotta get their sea legs under them, Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're so inclined, check out my channel for all my other videos, reactions, breakdowns, all that good stuff that's on there. My short film, Yin and Yang, that's on there. All that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. And may the Force be with you. Always.